Have you ever felt like something or someone was meant to be in your life? Like a force beyond your understanding was weaving invisible threads, drawing you toward an encounter you couldn't explain. You cross paths with a stranger, and yet something inside whispers, "This is important." You hold on to a person, fighting against time, distance, and reason, as if letting go would defy the universe itself. But what if I told you, you don't control any of it? We live under the illusion that we make choices, that we determine who enters and leaves our lives. We plan, we anticipate, we force things into existence. But have you ever considered that every encounter, every departure, and every love that never took root was never really yours to begin with? Look around you. The sun rises every morning without your permission. The tides shift without your intervention. Your heart beats without you having to tell it to. So why would you believe that you alone control the people who come into your life? There are meetings we orchestrate, relationships we build through effort and persistence. But then there are those moments, unpredictable, inevitable, where the universe aligns in ways beyond explanation. A person appears, a door opens, a path unfolds. You didn't ask for it, you didn't expect it, but somehow it was already written. And yet we resist. We grasp at what was never meant to stay. We chase shadows, convincing ourselves that if we try harder, if we pray more, if we hold on tighter, things will go our way. But when something is not meant for you, no force on this earth can make it yours. You can beg for it, sacrifice for it, cry for it. But if Allah has decreed otherwise, it will slip through your fingers like sand in the wind. Have you ever fought for something, only to watch it crumble despite everything? Have you ever been so certain that a person was the one, only for life to pull them away from you? It wasn't an accident. It wasn't bad luck. It was divine wisdom, and the sooner you accept that, the sooner you will find peace. Allah is Al-Hakim, the most wise. He is Al-Latif, the most subtle. He arranges destinies in ways we cannot comprehend, yet we question His plan. Why did this happen? Why did they leave? Why does it hurt so much? But what if the pain you feel now is actually protection? What if losing someone is not a punishment, but a mercy? What if your unanswered prayer is the very thing saving you from a future you cannot see? You think you know what's best for you, but Allah sees what you cannot. You see the moment. He sees the lifetime. You see the heartbreak. He sees the disaster you were spared from. You see the absence. He sees the better that awaits you. But are you willing to trust Him? We hold on to our plans like they are absolute, forgetting that the best stories are not the ones we write for ourselves, but the ones written by the One who created us. You were not sent into this world to chase what is not yours. What is meant for you will reach you, even if it is beneath mountains. And what is not meant for you will slip away, even if it stands right in front of you. So why are you still resisting? Why are you exhausting yourself, trying to force what was never written? Have you ever wondered what would happen if you just let go? There's a moment in life when everything seems uncertain, when the path ahead is covered in mist, and every step feels like stepping into the unknown. You wonder if you're making the right choices, if the people you hold on to are truly meant to be part of your story. And sometimes the doubt creeps in. What if I'm chasing something that was never meant for me? It's a terrifying thought. The idea that everything you've built in your mind, every dream, every hope, every vision of the future, could be nothing more than a fragile illusion. We resist this truth because we want to believe that we are in control, that our love, our effort, our patience will make something last. But what if the very thing you are holding on to is what's holding you back? Imagine a traveler lost in an unfamiliar land. He grips an old map in his hands, one that once guided him well, one he swears will lead him to his destination. But what he doesn't realize is that the roads have changed, the landmarks have shifted, and the path he insists on following no longer leads anywhere. And yet, he clings to it. He refuses to let go, because to release it would mean to admit that he is lost. But is he really lost? Or is he simply afraid to trust the guidance that has been placed before him? Musa, peace be upon him, must have felt the same way. He left Egypt, running for his life, uncertain of where he was going. Every step was heavy, filled with exhaustion, with desperation, with questions. Where will I go? What will become of me? But what he did not know was that every single step he took was leading him exactly where he was meant to be. He did not plan to arrive at that well. He did not seek out the two women who stood at a distance, unable to water their flock. He did not foresee that a simple act of kindness, helping them, expecting nothing in return, would be the key that unlocked the next chapter of his life. But it was written. A man lost in the desert, walking toward a destiny he did not yet understand. A small gesture, leading to a home, a family, a wife, a journey filled with uncertainty, guided by the unseen hand of Allah. How many times have you felt lost? How many times have you struggled to understand why certain things happened the way they did? How many moments have seemed meaningless, only for you to later realize they were everything? That conversation you didn't expect, that rejection that broke your heart, that meeting that seemed insignificant. What if they were not random? What if they were pages of a story already written, a story unfolding in ways beyond your comprehension? We resist the unknown because it terrifies us. But what if, instead of resisting, we trusted? What if we believed that Allah does not place us on a path without purpose, that He does not remove people from our lives without wisdom, that He does not let us wander without guiding us toward exactly where we need to be? The well of Musa was waiting for him before he even set foot in the desert. The people you are meant to meet, the places you are meant to go, the life you are meant to live, it is already there, waiting for you to arrive. So why do you doubt? Why do you hesitate? Why do you cling to what is familiar, even when it is no longer meant for you? A road closes, but a new one is waiting. A person leaves, but another is on their way. A chapter ends, but the story is far from over. Let go of the map you once trusted. Trust the one who is guiding you instead. Have you ever met someone and felt an unexplainable connection, as if the universe itself had aligned, as if every decision, every road, every moment in your life had somehow led you to that very encounter? Was it coincidence, or was it something far greater? We like to believe that life is random, that our relationships are built purely on effort, circumstance, and choice. But what if they weren't? What if the people meant to enter your life were already chosen long before you even knew their names? The truth is, Allah does not leave things to chance. Every soul you meet, every person who walks into your life, whether for a moment, a season, or a lifetime, has a purpose. Some are there to teach you, some are there to test you, and some are there because they were written for you long before you took your first breath. But how do you recognize them? How do you know when an encounter is more than just an accident? The signs are always there, if you have the heart to see them. The first sign is when obstacles that once seemed impossible simply disappear. Have you ever tried to force something that was never meant to be? Every step forward feels like a battle. Every door you knock on remains closed. No matter how hard you try, it just doesn't work. But then, there are those moments when things unfold effortlessly. A person enters your life, and everything aligns in a way you could never have planned. The barriers fall, the path clears. What once seemed distant suddenly feels inevitable. It is not luck, it is not chance. It is the hand of Allah removing what is unnecessary, making way for what was always meant to be. The second sign is peace, not excitement, not passion, not an overwhelming rush of emotions that fades as quickly as it came, but peace, deep, unwavering, undeniable. The kind of peace that settles in your heart like a quiet assurance, whispering to you, "This is right." Some people enter your life and bring with them chaos. They leave you restless, questioning, doubting, overthinking. But then there are those who bring you ease. They do not make you feel like you have to fight to be seen, to be heard, to be loved. Their presence is like a reminder that you do not have to chase what is truly meant for you. When Allah places someone in your life, He does not bring confusion. He brings clarity. And the third sign is that they bring you closer to Him, true love, true friendship, true companionship. It does not pull you away from your faith. It does not weaken you. It does not make you compromise who you are. Instead, it strengthens you. It inspires you. It brings you back to the One who created you. There is no blessing in a relationship that distances you from Allah. If a person encourages your sins, if they make you forget your purpose, if they lead you away from your Creator, then no matter how much you want them, they are not meant for you. But when someone enters your life and reminds you of who you are, when they push you towards sincerity, patience, and righteousness, when they help you become better, not by force, but simply by being who they are, then know that this is no ordinary connection. So open your eyes. Look beyond the surface. The signs of destiny are never loud, never obvious, never forced. They are quiet, subtle, woven into the moments we often overlook. A meeting that feels effortless. A peace that cannot be explained. A love that brings you back to Allah. If you find these signs on your path, do not ignore them. Do not let them slip away, because what is written for you will always find you. There is a kind of pain that is deeper than heartbreak, a separation that is more than just distance. It is the kind of loss that shatters something within you, an illusion, a hope, a future you had already imagined. When Allah takes someone away from you, your heart resists. You hold on, as if your grip alone could change fate. But what if this loss was never a punishment? What if it was mercy? We think we know what is best for us. We believe that if we love hard enough, fight long enough, and pray desperately enough, we can make something stay. But love is not possession. Love is not proof that something is meant to last. Sometimes the greatest act of love from Allah is to remove what you wanted most. But we don't see it that way, do we? We see loss as failure. We see separation as rejection. We think, maybe I wasn't good enough. Maybe I should have done more. Maybe if I had been different, they would have stayed. But what if staying was never part of the plan? What if letting go was the very thing that would save you from something far worse? Allah, in His infinite wisdom, does not close doors without reason. When someone leaves your life, whether through distance, betrayal, or even death, it is not random. It is not cruel. It is divine precision. He is protecting you from what you cannot see, from pain you do not yet understand, from a future that was never meant to hold the happiness you imagined. Have you ever prayed for something, only to later thank Allah that He didn't give it to you? Have you ever looked back at a person you once thought was everything, only to realize they were never meant for you? The problem is, we only understand after time has passed. But what if you trusted before that? What if, instead of questioning, resisting, or breaking under the weight of loss, you submitted? We are so afraid of losing what we love, but we forget. Nothing is truly ours to begin with. Every person, every relationship, every attachment we form in this world is temporary. We were never meant to hold on to them forever. We were meant to hold on to Allah. The pain of separation is real. The tears, the sleepless nights, the ache in your chest that doesn't seem to fade. It is all real. But do you know what else is real? The healing that comes with trusting your Creator. The relief that comes when you finally release what was never meant to be yours. The peace that fills your heart when you accept that whatever is written for you will never be taken away. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. Allah does not take without giving. He does not remove without replacing. He does not break without rebuilding. But sometimes you must first let go of what is in your hands to receive what He has prepared for you. So stop chasing what has already left. Stop mourning what was never meant to stay. Stop questioning a wisdom that is far beyond your understanding. One day you will look back and realize every closed door, every painful goodbye, every loss that once made you feel like you were breaking was actually leading you to something far greater. You just have to trust. There comes a time when you have to stop searching for signs. Stop overanalyzing every moment, every conversation, every glance, trying to decode whether this person, this relationship, this connection is meant to stay. There comes a time when you have to surrender, not to your emotions, not to your fears, but to the One who holds all things in His hands. We exhaust ourselves trying to control what is beyond us. We seek validation from the world, asking people for advice, looking for reassurance, hoping someone will tell us what we desperately want to hear. Yes, this is meant for you. Yes, hold on. Yes, fight for it. But what if the real answer is not in the voices around you? What if it is not even in the voice inside you? What if the only answer that truly matters comes from Allah. When your heart is uncertain, when your soul feels restless, there is only one place to turn. Not to friends, not to family, not even to yourself, but to the one who sees what you cannot see, the one who knows what your heart longs for, but also knows what your heart needs. And sometimes those two things are not the same. So ask Him, not with desperation, not with fear, but with sincerity, with complete surrender, with the understanding that whatever answer comes, whether it aligns with your desires or shatters them, is the answer that is best for you. The Prophet taught us an invocation, a prayer so powerful that it is meant for the moments when we stand at the crossroads of life, when we are unsure, when we need guidance beyond our own limited understanding. It is a prayer that, if recited with true sincerity, can change everything. O Allah, if this matter is good for me in my religion, my life and my hereafter, then decree it for me. Make it easy for me, and bless me in it. And if this matter is bad for me in my religion, my life, and my hereafter, then take it away from me, take me away from it, and grant me what is better for me, and make me content with it. These are not just words. This is a contract of trust between you and your Creator. You are saying, Ya Allah, I want this, but you know what is hidden. I desire this, but you know what lies ahead. I do not see the full picture, but you do, so I leave it to you. But here is the real test. Are you ready to accept the answer? Because once you say these words, you must be prepared for what comes next. Sometimes the answer is immediate. A door opens, a path clears. A certainty fills your heart like light pouring into darkness. Other times the answer is silence. A distance grows, a relationship fades, a longing remains unanswered. And you begin to question, did Allah hear me? Did I say it wrong? Why is this happening? But the answer is always there. It is in the way things unfold, in the way your heart gradually lets go, in the way time reveals the wisdom that was once hidden. And one day you will look back and realize that unanswered prayer, that moment of disappointment, that door that never opened. It was the greatest blessing Allah ever gave you, because He saved you from what you wanted, to give you what you truly needed. So the next time your heart is uncertain, stop searching for signs in the world around you. Stop trying to force an answer that isn't there. Instead, turn to the one who already has the answer written. Speak to Him. Place your trust in Him, and then let go, because whatever is meant for you will never pass you by. What if I told you that no matter how much you chase, no matter how much you fight, no matter how much you pray for something to happen, if it is not written for you, it will never be yours? And what if I told you that no matter how impossible it seems, no matter how far it feels, no matter how much time has passed, if it is meant for you, it will reach you without a doubt? This is the reality we struggle to accept. We want certainty. We want to know. Will this person stay? Will this be my future? Will this pain ever go away? But we are not meant to have all the answers. We are only meant to trust the one who does. How many moments in your life have been shaped by what seemed like coincidence? A chance meeting, a delayed flight, an unexpected conversation, a door closing just when you thought it was your way forward. But look closer. Was it truly coincidence? Or was it something greater? Sometimes we look at our lives and we see only the pieces, the fragments, the brokenness. We do not see the full picture, the masterpiece being woven together by the hands of the Most Wise. But Allah sees it. He sees what was, what is, and what will be, and He has never once made a mistake. So when you find yourself questioning, when you find yourself longing, when you find yourself caught between the past you cannot change and the future you cannot predict, remember this: what is written for you will always find its way to you, and what is not, no force on this earth can make it stay. And maybe, just maybe, that is not something to fear. Maybe that is something to find peace in. Because imagine if everything you lost, everything that hurt, everything you begged for and never received, was actually a protection. Imagine if the love that left was making room for something purer. Imagine if the door that closed was keeping you from stepping into something that would have destroyed you. Imagine if every disappointment, every heartbreak, every unanswered prayer was actually a mercy you just couldn't see yet. So why do we hold on so tightly? Why do we chase what is running from us? Why do we cry over things that were never meant to stay? Let go. Let go of the need to control. Let go of the desperation. Let go of the belief that you always know what's best for you, because you don't. And that's okay. If something is written for you, it will come. It will come at the right time, in the right way, with the right person, in the right season of your life. And if it's not, no matter how much you want it, no matter how much you fight for it, no matter how much you think it belongs to you, it will slip away. And one day, you will understand why. One day, you will wake up and realize that the pain you felt was actually the greatest blessing. That the emptiness you once feared was actually clearing space for something far greater. That the chapter you were so afraid to close was never meant to be your final story. But until that day comes, hold on to this truth. Allah does not take without giving. He does not remove without replacing. He does not break without rebuilding. So trust Him. Trust His timing. Trust His wisdom. And trust that what is written for you will never miss you. And if you've ever felt like Allah was guiding you towards something, or pulling you away from someone, I want to hear your story. Share your experience in the comments below, because your words may be the comfort that someone else needs. And if this message resonated with you, if you felt something stir in your heart, then don't leave without subscribing. There are reminders you do not want to miss, and perhaps one of them will be exactly what your soul was waiting for.